I know I said I'd be taking a break, but I mean, what do you do when you got viewers asking you, hey, can you follow up on that colony? You follow up on the colony. Well, hello everybody, this is Barry's Best Hunting. I'm Mike, and yes, I'm doing bees in December. For whatever reason. Yep, I do bees. Welcome back to Southeast Louisiana. Well folks, it is December 4th. It's, I don't know, it's just shy of 60 degrees. It's a little cloudy, foggy, waiting for this fog to burn off. Got some errands to run today, and I want to get a jar of feed on the bees that we took out of that tree. So that's what I'm getting ready to go do. I'm gonna go throw that on there real quick, and so while I'm in there, I'm gonna go ahead and just take a look, see if they're established. It's a good week. I got a week of warm temps. The lowest it's gonna get is maybe 45. It's gonna stay in the mid 60s to upper 60s, so perfect time to go ahead and feed them a quart of 2 to 1. They've already got a partial frame of honey in there, so I'll switch the lids from the nuke next door, which means we might as well look at that one. I don't normally go in bees this time of year. I'm nurturing 2 colonies though. You know how I feel about that. Well, that's what I'm doing. So I'm gonna go do that really quick. This is so out of the ordinary for me, but I don't mind. It's just 2 small nukes. Hey, it's gonna be better than putting granulated sugar on them anyway. And like I said, I don't mess with colonies at all, especially in December. I don't even open them. You know, I wait and see what's alive in a few months, and usually then I deal with them. But this isn't a big deal, and you know, they were last minute colonies that came into my life. So what do you do when someone comes into your life? Well, you feed them. I'd rather do this than put granulated sugar on them later. If I knew like it was the end of December and it was going to be cold every single day, I'd throw some on there. I don't like putting that on there. I'm a firm believer that you get everything done before the winter so that you don't have to do that, because they don't process granulated sugar that well. Yeah, the condensation helps it turn to sugar syrup, blah 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 blah. I know that, I understand that, but they just it's just not the best way to have them ready to go, in my opinion. I'd rather give them some sugar syrup so they can put it in the combs and have it there for the cluster to move on. So if it was late and I knew it was gonna be cold, you know, going into January the way it does, or into December, then I'd probably I could make a sugar brick or something to throw on there, but I shy away from that. So let's see if we can feed them up a little bit before we need to do any of that. And even so, with my weather, I can always go grab a frame of honey. I normally don't do that because, again, I don't like opening up colonies that don't need to be opened. But in this case, I did it, and I could do it again if I had to. It still would be better than pouring the granulated sugar on them. But hey, not saying I would. I don't. I do put granulated sugar on every now and again, but I use it per the name that people describe it as, emergency feeding. That's the only way I use it. If at all costs I can do nothing else, then I do it. And I've done it. I've done it, oh man, out of 10 years, I've probably done it at least 6 different years here and there on a colony or 2. I think that, you know, 1 colony here, maybe another colony there. That's about it. All right, sun's coming out, burning off this fog. Let's get this done real quick. I am going to light a smoker and throw a veil over my head, just in case they're really irritated. All right, let's see what we got here. I don't. Put a little bit of smoke on them, maybe. There you go. Didn't see any beetles on that run. These bees, I see some ants on the pollen patties. That's not the end of the world. I hate ants. I hate ants and beetles a lot. But everybody's got to eat. Alright, so let's put a little smoke on them. Just to kind of bring them down off of there. I don't want to crush many bees in this colony. So we're just gonna look at it real quick. I usually wouldn't do this. I'd just throw the feeder on, but people did ask for a follow-up. Hooterville Honey brought up a good point. Some of this stuff may have pesticides or insecticides in it. I don't know if this one does, and I hope it doesn't. That's the best I can say. This is the little honey frame we gave them. For their size, probably just fine, but I will feed them again. See? Just a little bit. But it'll be enough for so small of a colony. Let's take a look. They like that pollen. They're eating it up. The ants like it too, unfortunately, but hopefully the bees control them a little bit. Why are you stinging my hand? She went after my hand. She did not like that. Alright, let's see if our queen is doing anything at all now that she's got comb. I think so. I didn't put any brood in this now. I did not boost them. And I see captive brood in there. See a little bit of pollen on one. Cat brood that fast. Yeah, it's been a week and a half, I guess. A week. December 4th. Well, that's good. I don't have a flashlight to look in there. My eyes aren't that great, but alright, so that's a good sign. The queen has laid a small patch of brood. Yeah, there's some eggs in there. So there you go. She has settled. Obviously that's not a lot of brood, but it is December. Now that they're showing some promise, I could probably slide them a frame of brood from another colony. But I just hate to go in them this late. Being very careful. I don't want to damage my queen. There she is right there. So she's definitely bigger now. Yeah, she's longer. So she must have been a virgin. She's a little bit longer. And she's stretched out now. And they're very calm and covering that whole area. So it tells me she's putting brood in here. They're cold too. I mean, it's not too cold to be in here, but they're cool. I mean, it's still not optimum temperature for them to be going crazy. Wow, that got them spun up. Look at there. There's some more brood they're capping. And they got a little nectar going in. So that's a good sign. There's our queen still. She's still meandering around. Yep, there's larvae. So she has begun laying. Y'all can see those larvae? Yeah. So let's give them a little bit of food. They got the pollen patty. That's good. They got some insulation. We'll give them some food. Alright, so I'm gonna move that out of the way. We're gonna switch the lids. This one's growing good. This is the abscond. So we want this lid. I got another one somewhere, but I don't feel like going and getting it. Alright, let's put this lid on here and I'm going to give them some feed. I got a nice jar of 2 to 1 to mix this morning. 4 or 5 holes in it, more than I'd like. Let's stick that in there. Like I say, more than I like. So there, they're fed. They'll do good. I don't know that they'll drink that very fast. So while we're here, let's look at this one since it's open. Let's see what they're doing. They're also very, very small. Got a little bit of smoke on them. Just not planning on working bees today. Let's take a quick gander. Don't want to go in too deep. They got getting ready to cap off that stuff. They got some on the other one. It's still kind of cool out here. It's still kind of cool, so they don't. Oh, that's a heavy frame. That's good to feel. There's the queen. I see her already as soon as I picked it up. See her? And she's got brood still going in. And this frame has got a good amount of honey in it. Again, small colonies, don't need a ton. She is a hard queen to spot. She's so short and stocky. Oh well. She is who she is. They're pretty irate. So our queen is laying eggs. I'll put them back together. Again, no reason to really be in them. Don't want to damage the queen in any way, shape, or form this time of year. So there you go. So guys, 2 tiny colonies that we're nurturing. There you are. Swap the lids. Got some feed on that one. I said I'm gonna get a bucket on top of this just to keep the sun from making the temps go up and down, because we have very wide ranges of temperatures right now this time of year, and I don't want that to cause that to lose vacuum and drop more down than it needs to be, because the mornings are still cold and they can't really take that. All right guys, and just like that, we're beekeeping in December. I don't know. What do you want me to do, huh? I mean, what do you want me to do? I like to be done by this time, but it just didn't work out. Not for those 2. That's why I don't nurture them. But hey, what you gonna do? They're there, you get them. You know, I've said it in a video last year, or maybe, I can't remember when it was. I had told you a little bit about my philosophy or my management practices with small colonies, NUCs, and colonies that may seem inferior at times. And this was due to comments I had gotten, you know, people making suggestions, good suggestions, you know, do this, do that. And it was the beginning of the spring at that time. Actually, I think it was the beginning of this spring. And what everybody was wanting is, hey, won't you put some brood in there, boost them up, that'll get them going for spring. And I agree, you know, you can do that. But what I answered everybody was, I don't do that, because, you know, I don't have 1,000 hives, I don't have 100 hives. I have, you know, 30 to 40. And I like to know where my production hives are. And what I do is, if they're good, I leave them good, I let them build up, I split them, I propagate them, I do that with them. The colonies that, for whatever reason, are dwindling off after treatments, after everything else, after everything's been done that you can do, that you should do, I don't boost them too much. And the reason why is, if they're good, they're going to boost themselves if you give them time and resources, right? I don't pour a ton of resources to them, but I give them a good shot at doing what they can do. If they build up and become good, then good. They had good genes. That's what I want in my yard. If they're dwindling and I'm constantly fighting them and trying to keep them going, and they continue to dwindle, or they're just not going anywhere, they're just staying stagnant, I don't believe in giving them good resources off of good colonies that need to be building up right now or at that time. I don't do that. I don't nurture them, because I don't propagate those genetics in my yard if I can help it. Now, I'm in the wild, and I know there's bees everywhere, but after 10 years of beekeeping, there's a lot of my genetics out in this area now. So I don't propagate them. I don't do that. So the abscond, they got to figure it out. I gave them what I could. I helped them. I did feed them, because they were up against the wall and had nothing. And I don't know why they absconded, but they're going to have to figure it out and show me that they got good genetics and build up. And she's slowly doing that. Could I stand to boost them now at this point in time? Probably so. The other one, they really had no choice in the matter. They didn't plan on a hurricane coming through and knocking a tree down and them having to be removed. So they may be very good bees. They seem good bees, like good bees, and she's starting to lay. But it's also the time of year I don't feel like digging into colonies where the brood patterns are very, very much slowing down, opening them all the way up, digging deep down in them, because I'm going to have to go in the bottom brood box in 90% of them, and digging out a frame of brood just to put in there. I might, I don't know, but I don't do that. I just don't do that. I've given them everything they need as far as just being able to survive, maybe not to thrive, but to survive. And right now, that's where I'm going to stand with them. I'll watch them. So there you go, guys. Quick check on them. I know I said I'd probably going to stop doing videos for a while and take a break. But, you know, you guys asked about it. I wanted to give it to you. I'm going to go throw a bucket on that, and I'm going to go. I got to go do some errands. Guys, I appreciate all y'all watching. I really, really, once again, want to just say it once again. I so much appreciate you guys doing what you have done for this channel. This channel is what you guys have made All I've done is recorded some work and thrown it on the YouTube. I've done some editing here and there, try and make it funny and make it fun and make it interesting, but that's all I've done. You guys have done this, so I really, really appreciate all of you guys that watch. I really do. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And look, this is Barry's Best Honey. I'm Mike, and in December, I seem to be doing bees. Y'all have a wonderful, wonderful afternoon. May Lord God bless you. We'll see y'all later.